show is always the person that is so judgmental. It's always the person that looks like they're the weirdest person on the face of the earth. They make them to be the most geekiest person that's on the show.
And spiritual is almost always has Bible verse to
Yeah.
it, and God told them to do it.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. And so they have all these these ideas in their minds, these concepts of what a Christian is because of what media or what television shows or what Hollywood is telling them, showing them what a Christian is. But is that what Christians is? Or is it Christian? Now, are there Christians out there? Yes. Well, okay. Yeah, there we go. So-called Christians, right? If you say, well, I don't know of any. Okay, look at Westboro Baptist Church. Westboro Baptist Church. Oh my goodness. I think I showed one video one time of them in here one night. They're ones, they will go to veterans' funerals, and they will protest funerals of soldiers that have died in war. They will stand with signs saying, God hates fags, and all this kind of stuff. They are the most hateful group out there that claim to be Christian. And again, it's people like that that give us the bad name that everybody looks at. They say, well, there you go, the prime example of what Christians are like. Well, no, this is just lunatics. Idiots, they don't know what they're talking about. But what's really the followers of Christ are folks who love God and who love others. We can love other people. Yeah, we don't have to accept their lifestyle. We don't have to tolerate their lifestyle. We can accept the person and love the person and seek for them to help change their lifestyle to be a follower of Christ. Any other ideas of why people assume Christians are judgmental?
Well, James, I know you're guilty of this, but you have a real charitable, weak side to help people all the time. I know in my country, I know that. For us Christians today, as you think about it, when somebody confronts you, you have to do it out of your heart of love to do what's right. And then to also think about spiritual God said, you can be anything changing with time. But God to be testing us how we handle it. Like today was something to me that wanted something and I could able to help her and I didn't do it because I didn't like the way she looked or something. She could be, God could be put me through a test to say, I just want to see how you're going to handle that. And that's going to be a good issue. I mean, it's really a big responsibility when you, in your decision that you make in front of people like that. And I often think about that a lot. It just happened to me a few times. I think about it when I go to bed at night. I think that I do that right, exactly.
You ever done that before, though? You pass up an opportunity to help somebody, and then you hope you see them again so you can make up for it? You ever done that? Yeah, I've done that a couple times. Especially in Washington, you'll see folks standing there with signs. I've always wanted to have the courage to go up to them, and they have signs saying, we'll work for food, whatever. I always want to have the courage to say, all right, I'll tell you what, I got plenty of work for you. Jump in the car, go on, I'll push you to work, and I'll get you some food. I've never done that.
Robert did. He stopped when we were going to Covenant, and he had seen this guy twice, and he stopped, and he said, look, he said, follow me. He said, because he had a traffic problem, and he said, and I have some work to do. And the guy said, no, I don't work, just put the money in the pot.
I told you that story about Lloyd, didn't I?
And we were walking down the street after that final show that night, and we were hooking up and having drinks and nabs. We were looking for drinks and nabs. And these people, this one man come up to us and said, I need food to eat and I'm hungry. I'm a hungry man. And Mr. Cook said, Hard is right down the corner, come on with us, we'll buy you something. I want money.
Remember that Lori and Reese were at Walmart in Washington are coming out, or we went in and there was a guy sitting there at the entrance with a sign that says, I'm hungry, we'll work for food, and blah, blah, blah. So Lori and Reese left and went to McDonald's and bought the value meal, cheeseburgers or whatever and everything, drinks, and went back over there, rolled the window down and was like, here, sir, here's some food for you. And he was like, I don't want that, I don't eat McDonald's. Yeah. She was like, So you serious? I just went and bought you a meal. I mean, it's here, take it. You don't have to do nothing. It was like, I'd never eat that place.
I would take a sign and rip it up.
Yeah. Just brings that home to me.
Take it home and eat it.
Like, thanks, Dave.
Well, like, from you, I find the person that you rejected, you didn't reject her, but she done it herself.
Well, see, I didn't even reject her. It's just, she came in and asked me for money. And uses the sob story, you know, it's Christmas time, I want to try to feed my family, and so, can you help me out with any money? I said, well, and we tried to get me to go to Food Line and get a Food Line gift card. And I said, well, no, I can't do it right now, we're getting ready for church service. I said, so I'll give you some money. So I pulled out cash in my wallet, and it was whatever I had in my wallet. I mean, I opened it up, and I don't know why, it was 25 or something like that. It was $25 in cash I gave her. And I mean, I just wiped out my wallet and handed it to her. I said, here, this is all I got on me. And she said, $25? Is that all you got? I said, that ain't even going to get me but only a turkey. I said, all I got. I said, I'll gladly take it right back from you. And she said, oh, no, that's fine, okay. And then she leaves. She'll say, thank you. She'll say, Merry Christmas. She'll say, nothing. She'll turn around, walk out the door.
I would have grabbed it so fast.
I was so tempted to snatch it out of her hand, but no, I let her keep it. What's that? Oh yeah, she came back before again. She came back last week.
That's what you should have said to her. I sure hope you enjoy your turkey.
How was
She
it?
came back.
Then she said, I don't even like turkey.
I'd be scared to look at how much money we have given her. She's gotten to the point where if my car is in the driveway, she will not knock on the door. She knows I'll tell her no, but she lied to me one time and said, James told me to ask you, to give me so-and-so. I said, no, he didn't. He would have called me if that was so. I mean.
Yeah, she's blatantly lied to Andrew about it. So,
Yeah, next time she comes and asks me somebody, another Andrew's here. Give me the
Yes,
number.
please.
Well, you know, with all these stories that you,
Oh yeah.
the first time that she encountered you, I'm so gullible. I believe you. I gave her what I had, Karen gave her what she had. But then we said, well, her story was that her daughter had gotten in a wreck and she was in the hospital. And I thought, you don't act upset at all. I mean, if I had a child in the hospital, I'd be relieved, But anyway, and then when we talked it over, we realized she was nothing but a liar and just using it. But like you did, we never know if it's an angel in disguise, maybe we're being tested. What do you do?
Thursday, there's a meeting, there's something, Donald and Herb, and we're going to open the door, the guy comes to, hey, you got $2 spare, and do anything you come do? And I told him no, and I shut the door, something like that, but he's coming in, I'm going to get there, I'll turn it all over him, or something. So, and I didn't have to wait, I walked right up to the thing, and I turned around, because he came in behind me. I turned around, looked, going in the bathroom. And I turned, look, Mary wasn't on the bicycle right down the road. He didn't even come in.
Of course not.
And so I thought, we must not want to do very fast. But I mean, if you're talking about in, maybe a little more time past 5. And literally he came in there and whatever, many times he was out of the parking lot onto the road going down the road. And so, he must have just wanted some money or whatever. And that's like he was a prayer with.
They sure do.
Well, that's why she makes sure that the one that we're talking about, she makes sure that she comes
Anything
here.
happened yet, man?
And she makes sure she knows exactly when to come to the church.
You got it.
Because she knows if I get there right before Sunday school starts, then I know that he's going to be too busy, that he's going to try to give me whatever to get rid of it. I mean, they know this, that she's been working this.
But that would have changed if you give her food for that.
Well, and get this, all right? Yeah, I tried that one time on her too. And so she came to the door, and it was one night at the house, and I said, and this was, but I said, she said, can I get a food card? And she's all about trying to get cards from me.
Because she sells them.
Well, that's probably what she does. So she was like, I need a food card from Food Line. And I said, well, I can't do that. I said, however, said, we have a food pantry right next door. I said, I'm glad we walked over and we'll get you some food. And she said, well, can't you do it right now? And I was like, right in the middle of cooking dinner, so I had food on the stove cooking. All right, I said, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got to wait till my wife gets home, and then when she gets home, we eat as a family, so just give me a few moments. Meet me at 6:30.
One of those rare nights where he was cooking supper and having.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah.
the whole picture here.
Emphasize that, yeah, emphasize that.
This is different. This is different, he says.
And so I said, you go to church early 6:30. She said, well, no, can't you just take 5 minutes, just go to 3 miles, get in the car? I said, I cannot do it. I said, I'm not going to do it. So then she comes some attitude. She said, well, fine, that's the best you can do. I said, that is the best I can do. So you either show up or you don't do anything. She said, fine. 6:30 came around. No. Didn't show up. No. She just wanted that far.
You got a track record tonight while you was over.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not being hard.
Well, look, and that's the thing, I try to give her, try to say, okay, well, I'll try to help her out wherever. But when she came that one morning and gave me a sob story about how she needed money for Christmas, Christmas meal, and I gave her everything that was in my wallet. I said, I'm sorry, this is all I have. And she said, oh, is that all you got? That's not going to give me anything? No. I said, I'm done with it. I'm over it. So, it's tough to be a Christian nowadays.
There is an interchurch forum that meets in Washington.
She's burnt her bridges with
And not just in the church,
Tried
but
that.
our own self, and what we use is what we do. And if we're giving our money to someone that's using it, and there's others that we can give it to that rest and need it, then we're not being good stewards.
Well, in Albuquerque, they're doing it.
There's an interchurch forum that meets, that's ministers and people from different churches in Beaufort County. I think it's every other Tuesday. They meet in Washington and they travel from church to church. And I'm on that committee that goes. And there's a group of people who have a church, but in that church they are teaching them the churches that have furniture donations on this day and clothing donations on this day and the ones that have the food pantries. And these people are going to the shelter and telling the people at the shelter, and then they're going and abusing the process, and they're getting the goods, but they're selling it on the street. So they have, they've tried to make us aware of individuals that are doing that because they're traveling in like packs together, but they're going to opposing churches at opposing dates, but they're all meeting back together to kind of sell the goods, basically.
Well, and here in Belhaven, there's a coalition of churches, it's like 5 different churches that are, there's a coalition, I don't know exactly what it's called, but, like the Baptist Church, Methodist Church, Episcopal Church, and then the White Plains are on it. What they do is they find out people in Belhaven that have needs, and what they do is they get together as collective churches, they try to put in a big pot. Say, well, if you give 100 here, or you give 50 here, whatever you give, and then we'll fix this porch, or patch this roof, or we'll give the food, or whatever. Well, this lady that's here, had to do a little bit more research, apparently she had been shut down from the coalition because she had been to every single church in Belhaven. It was done the exact same thing as they're doing here. Trying to get a food pantry that they have, trying to get money from them, trying to get gift cards, everything you can name, she's doing the exact same thing from them. So,
I got a video on Facebook in Albuquerque. There's churches that got together, and I don't know if the cities or the towns involved in it, but they go around to the shelters and get the homeless people, and instead of, they offer them work, and they're paying them, cash or whatever they want to come out, and the church is providing work. They need lawns or they need stuff cleaned, or picking up trash on the road or whatever, and they're actually getting paid for stuff. And then it also helps them up because it's also, kind of building it back up. You got a job now where you can actually put it on an application if they happen to save or work up to that. But instead of just handing things out, here you go, we got, which is great to hand out free food to the needed people and whatnot, but
I think I'm going to try that. I think next time this lady comes over to church, I'll tell you what, I got tons of stuff. I need booth. I need stuff put in a certain place. Oh, and by the way, I need you to sit here for